Welcome into the Lakeside Football Report with Coach Tom Clements. I'm Ben McAley, voice of the Lakeside Chiefs. Coach Clements is not here today. He had a conflict, so I'm joined by Coach Britt Martin. So we're going to change things up a little bit. Coach Martin, welcome in. Just kind of tell everybody who you are, what you coach, and what's your title with the team.
Yeah, well, today my title seems to be pinch hitter, but we're always good with coming off the bench when we need assistance like that. Yeah, I've been I'm not an employee of the Lakeside School. I'm a youth director at a local church in town, and I've been here. This is my sixth football season. I've coached offensive and defensive line. I've coached linebackers. I've called defensive plays. I've called offensive plays. This year, me and Coach Clements kind of run the offense together, and we've worked well together for years. So that's kind of where I'm at with the team.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for joining us today. The Chiefs coming off a big 48-14 win over Springwood. Just kind of from your perspective, like what did you see that we did well? Kind of give us your thoughts on the game.
Well, I think we had some matchup. We gave them some matchup problems on the edge. And it was one of those games where we wanted to kind of do some different things, to work on some things, and we got the opportunity to do that. We got the opportunity to try some different personnel sets, to work on some things that we've been kind of playing with in the in the lab, kind of, so to speak. And it really gave us a chance to work on some of that stuff against a very physical, unexpectedly physical Springwood team. Them Jokers got after it, but it's always the old fade ball to Quinn's always kind of security blanket when you hope you have it when you need it. So.
Well, I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Yeah, Alec Quinn just kind of went off. 3 touchdown catches, all of them pretty long. Out jumped a lot of people. Before we get to Ali just himself, it looks like the last 2 weeks versus Abbeville and then also against Springwood. I mean, the offense has found a lot more balance. It's not just an air attack. It's not just a ground. Those two are going hand in hand. I mean, is that kind of taking what the defense is giving you, or is it more of a design thing? I know everybody wants to be balanced, but
yeah, I mean, everybody wants to be balanced, but I think if you ask most people and they were honest, they would tell you that if you could run the ball 60 times and win the game, you want to do that. So a lot of it is the style of offense that we like to try to be in the run game, especially. People just started loading the box. We see. At Abbeville, we saw 9 people in the box several plays, and we did it, against Springwood too. And that's the reason that's why it's so great to have a player like Alik out there on the edge. Is kind of gives you something to counteract that. Balance is kind of a myth. It's kind of, just like you said, it's taking what the defense gives you, and man, if they give us the one-on-one on the edge every play, that's what we're going to do. We just got to take what you get.
understood. And I'm just talking about Alik a little bit. I know one, if not 2 of his touchdown catches, he just basically out jumped 2 defenders. And so just talk a little bit about him and what he means to this team and this offense.
This is like his second year really playing football. He played a little bit at the school he came from, but not, he was in 8th grade and he didn't really. So he played mostly on JV last year, and we because of just some numbers problems on the JV squad, we had to play him at running back some, and he'll tell you that is not his idea of football. He does not want to do that. But I tell you what, he does want to do. He wants to get out there on the edge and outrun and outjump a lot of folks. He plays basketball on the football field. He's he would tell you he's predominantly a basketball player. But we tell him that there's a lot of 6'1" guys that can shoot. There's not a lot of 6'1" guys that can do what he does on the football field. So we hope he continues to fall in love with football, because we sure do. We sure do love having him.
Exactly. So just to flip the script a little bit, go over to the defensive side of the ball. From my opinion, in the booth, it looks like the linebackers in the secondary have finally kind of figured it out. They're communicating a little bit better, playing better as a unit. Talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, they've done a good job scheming up some folks on the defensive side of the ball. I think we do a pretty good job of mixing up our 2 high and 1 high safety looks. It's a new defensive scheme, this year, and And no matter what you say, I mean, on the high school level, that stuff takes time to really figure out. And you got the different quirks that you have to tweak and change for different teams and what they're going to do offensively, and it's tough, man. I mean, so these guys, people forget that they're only football players about 2.5 hours a day. It's not we don't have team meetings and film sessions and all this. We're dependent on them to do a lot of that themselves, and so yeah, it's a lot to learn, and I'm constantly impressed that kids get it and figure it out and take the time and spend the time to do the things they do. Well, they don't have to. Um, Offensively, these guys, we've been using the same terminology with these seniors since they were in the seventh grade, up front and in the backfield too. I mean, me and Coach Tom kind of said it, and when they were in JV, and that's what even when he hasn't been here, we've kept that same terminology, so it's familiar. They're having to learn a whole new language on the defensive side of the ball, and it's starting to click at the right times. We're getting some big stops when we need them. Um, and it's starting to, like I said, but it's like learning a new language.
It is. As a former safety, I understand that. But no, Collins Mitchell had an interception last week. Matthew Welk had an interception, and just I guess my point is you just don't see the bust in coverage that you were seeing earlier in the season.
Right.
So I mean, it looks like it's starting to click.
It is.
Before we close the page on the win over Springwood last week, did we come out of the game with any serious injuries?
Not really serious injuries. I think Coach says it every week. We've got some football bumps and bruises. I don't think it's anything that's going to be too lingering. But like I said, Springwood was physical, and they had a big kid on the edge, and he's got. Rumor has it he's getting looked at by some big time schools to play football, and he was absolutely very physical. So I mean, you play against those guys, and you're gonna come out with some bumps and bruises, but nothing that should linger too long.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more Lakeside Football Report with Coach Britt Martin today, presented by Precision Bodyworks.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? Apex Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Deloach Wingate & Company is a professional certified public accountant firm located at 102 Riverside Drive in Eufaula, Alabama. The firm has been in business for 30 years and has developed a number of firm specialties, including individual, corporate, partnership, nonprofit income tax returns, individual audit services, tax compliance and consulting, single audits, governmental audits, month-end reporting, payroll preparation, quarterly and annual reporting, and other general accounting and taxation consulting. Please call Deloach Wingate & Company at 334-687-2108 or drop by their office for all of your accounting needs. Deloach and Wingate welcome the opportunity to support all of our local and surrounding schools with their athletic activities.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's football time, and as always, Willie T's Chicken Fingers is in the starting lineup for all your tailgating needs. Make your way on over to Willie T's and check out our chicken fingers, wings, burgers, fries, coleslaw, and all the good menu items we have available for you. Don't forget to pick up your party tray for your next party or tailgate. And while you're there, make sure to pick up some of that wonderful Willie T's special sauce. Come see us at 126 State Docks Road or call 334-616-0075. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wirtz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wirtz at 334-695-2820.
Hey, Doug, didn't they put that big house by you up for sale?
Yep, but Lauren Streeter at Wiregrass Realty already sold it.
Well, what about that lake lot on the other side of you?
Lauren sold it also. She even got Mom a great deal on a house just down the street from us, and she sold Mama's house in Abbeville virtually, and for a lot more money than we thought it was worth.
Do you think she can find me a house?
Oh, yeah. Just call Lauren. Lauren Streeter, Wiregrass Realty, 805 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-614-7409. The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now, impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Eufaula Housing Authority Youth Build Program is a youth job placement program that serves out-of-school youth in Barber County area. Young adults ages 16 to 24 are provided with the opportunity, the hope, and the support to rebuild their lives and are equipped with the necessary skills to facilitate lifelong success in both the workplace and in the community. Contact EufaulaHousingAuthority.com/youthbuild or 334-232-4203.
Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Welcome back into the Lakeside Football Report. Normally with Coach Tom Clements, but we're visiting with Coach Britt Martin today, presented by Precision Body Works. Coach, kind of turning the page to Jackson Academy, first round of the playoffs. They're the 1 seed coming out of Region 2. We're the 4 seed. Kind of tell us your thoughts on what Jackson, what presents a problem from them, and how do we counter it?
Well, I mean, like you said, they're the 1 seed, and we're the 4 seed. So on paper, we're going over there as underdogs. And look, every time I've been a part of a Jackson game here at Lakeside, we've been underdogs. The last one that I remember was, I think it was 2017, and I think they were the 3 seed and we were the 2 seed. And they came to the playoffs, and they were doing absolutely everything they wanted to us. And their quarterback went down with a pretty bad injury, and it allowed the Chiefs to get back in the game and squeak out a win, because they scored a go-ahead touchdown and chose to a tying touchdown and chose to go for 2 instead of kick the extra point, and Lakeside won in a playoff game like that. Now, we went over there last year, and they had some dominant guys, and they dominated. They did what they were supposed to do on paper, and we couldn't get anything going. This year, it's the same coach. Coach Webb's been there for a while, and he's good at what he does. And I think that's something that you can point to for all these teams you look at around our league that are consistently the 1s and the 2s and hosting playoff games, is they got consistency at the head coach position. That's not something that we have not had here at Lakeside in recent years, and hopefully we're gonna be building that now. It's hard to learn a new system every year. We talked about learning a new language just a minute ago, but Coach Webb's got these same guys, and he's had them for years, and he's coached them in JV, and he's coached them in varsity, and they do the same thing. You don't even have to watch film on Jackson. You know what you're going to get. They're going to, the fronts they're going to play. You know what they're going to give you on the offensive side of the ball. They might throw in a wrinkle here and there, but they're going to be a physical, downhill running team, and they've always got a couple of big old hogs up front that clear the way. He does a good job of playing to their strengths. Sometimes they've got guys that want to get out in space and with offensive linemen and pull and be like that. And sometimes they're gonna use their running backs to block more and keep their big guys inside. And they do a good job of mixing that up this year. They've got a player out on the edge that's he's tall, he's fast, he's long. He does a good job of going up and getting deep balls. On defense, again, they're going to be attacking. They're coming downhill, and they do a good job. They've got some guys that do a really good job of reading their keys, and again, that comes from consistency. They've been taught the same key reads for Lord knows how many years, and they're really good at doing them. So they're definitely going to present a challenge. It doesn't help us any that we've got to ride 15 hours to get over to Jackson Academy. It's one of those places that you kind of just can't get there from here. So it'll be an all-day trip for us, and we're going to have to do what we can to keep our guys loose and fresh and focused on the trip. I think we've got a good game plan. We spend a lot of time. Again, Jackson's one of those schools that kind of know what you're going to get. So I think we've got a good plan, but having a plan and executing a plan is 2 different things, and that's something we've seen from our guys this year. I think we've got to remain focused, and we've got to kind of go in there knowing that we've got a puncher's chance and just dead-gum punch. We just got to punch. So that's kind of my perspective on Jackson.
Hey, man, you're talking about what you're going to get. I mean, it's you hear college coaches all the time talk about changing the culture, and that's true. And, you talk about Coach Webb at Jackson or Coach Grant over at Crenshaw, even back to when he was at Pike County, like when I was in high school, you knew exactly what you were going to get. And you're right, and that's what I'm hoping that we can build here with you and Coach Clements, is where these guys get started on at 7th, 8th grade, and by the time they're 10th, 11th, and 12th, you're talking about it's easy to know those keys and know those reads when it becomes second nature to you. As far as the trip to Jackson, yeah, it's a long trip. How many players are going to make the trip off the top of your head?
Oh, I think we're taking it'll be about what it's been in the past, somewhere in the 20 range, 18 to 21, 22, somewhere around in there. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be quite a trip. It's one of those that it's like about a 4-hour drive, but when it's a football trip, those 4-hour drives become all day affairs. So we're headed out of here early in the morning and see if we can't make a good business trip out of it.
Well, fantastic. I guess we'll step away for another quick commercial break, and then we'll come back and just kind of wrap things up. You're listening to the Lakeside Football Report with usually Coach Tom Clements, but with Coach Britt Martin.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue. Precision Body Works is a state-of-the-art collision facility dedicated to providing customers with outstanding service and a quality repair experience. We have been serving Eufaula and the surrounding areas for over 20 years and have earned a reputation as being a premier collision repair center. Precision Body Works uses environmentally friendly PPG water-based paint and also offers 24-hour record service as well as top-of-the-line accessories from such brands as Cam Locker, Ranch Hand, Retrax, Weston, and WeatherTech. We are located at 1210 North Eufaula Avenue or call us at 334-687-4700.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Yeah.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back into the Lakeside Football Report with Coach Britt Martin today. Coach, just kind of wrapping things up, kind of give us your keys to victory tomorrow night in Jackson.
Well, I'll give you an unrealistic key to victory first, and then I'll give you some realistic keys to victory. An unrealistic key to victory is that, Big Jackson Etheridge could suit up and go with us. I feel I would be remiss if I didn't give him a shout out on an opportunity like this. He's one of those that we've mentioned from time to time this year, one of our best football players, and we lost him in the preseason. He's one of those kids. I've coached Jackson since he was in the 7th grade, and I remember, teaching that big old joker how to get in a 3-point stance as a 7th grader. He had terrible feet, but man, if you get him like on board drills or something like that, there was nobody in the 7th grade, 8th grade, or 9th grade that could hang with him. And he's just one of those kids that does things the right way. He's never has a crossword. He leads by example, and finally was learning to lead vocally a little bit. And he's just one of those that, stuff like this seems to always happen to the worst people. So it would be really fun. We've been watching film with Jackson this week on Jackson and talking about how fun it would be to let him go over there and knock heads with some of their big dudes. And so that's a big one that we've missed all year. But some more, more living in the real world kind of situations. We're gonna have to go over there and absolutely execute our assignments. We have some. I live in the offensive and defensive line world most of the time, and we have a tendency to do the correct thing about 3 plays in a row, and then we'll take 2 plays and live in la la land sometimes. So we've got to go over there and know our rules. We've got to block our rules. With the stuff that we do offensively, on paper, man, there's not a front, there's not a defense that we shouldn't be able to block up and take care of. So offensively, we have to know our rules and execute. And a lot of that comes with communication. We've done a pretty average job this year at communicating up front. And those guys are finally starting to learn that they're a unit and they're a team and they're a family within a team. So these guys have got to do a better job of communicating with each other and talking about what they're seeing and working as one unit instead of 5 or 6 players up front. We've got to be able to again, I think communication might just be the big key for us. We've got to be able to identify what we're seeing on the defensive side of the ball. And we got to cut out some of the stupid mistakes in general. We can't go over there and be penalized. We've got to play a clean game and just, again, keep punching. We can't have one of those second half quits that we've had in the past. We've got to, we've got to really play a complete football game. You said it a minute ago, they're 1 seed and we're 4 seed. And part of that is they figured out how to play complete games, and sometimes we're still learning that. So we've got to get over there, communicate, play as a unit, and play a complete game and a clean game.
I know we talked about balance a minute ago. It seems like when we've got in trouble, especially offensively at times, we've been playing behind the sticks.
That's right.
And when you do that, it kind of limits your playbook of what there's not too much you can dial up on, like 2nd and 26.
That's right.
And so, no, I kind of echo that. Well, tomorrow night, kind of like the old Johnny Cash song says, we're going to Jackson. Jackson, Alabama, 7 p.m. at McCorkadale Stadium on the campus of Jackson Academy. Hopefully everybody can make the trip. If you can't make the trip, tune in live. Kickoff is at 7. We will go live with the pregame show about 6:40. Just a programming note, tomorrow night's broadcast will be audio only, and that is at the request of Jackson Academy. So you can listen to me live. I'll be on the call from Jackson. And for Coach Britt Martin, I'm Ben McAleer, the voice of the Chiefs, and you've been listening to the Lakeside Football Report presented by Precision Bodyworks. Spears up.